The redesigned Toyota Tundra is really just a mocked up Toyota Tacoma with a few RAV4 and Highlander touches thrown in. What do you think? Well, good morning everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here, and welcome back to the channel. And that's right, there are some pictures coming out now of what the new redesigned Toyota Tundra is going to look like. Now, let me say, first of all, it's very Tacoma-like. And if you remember a while back, I kind of predicted that. I thought that the Toyota Tundra, after it went through its new redesign, would come out looking sort of Tacoma-like. And indeed, I think it does, especially in the front end. The rear, it's pretty much the same. We haven't seen the shot of the taillights and stuff in the rear, but I gotta say, the front end, looking a lot like this one right out here. Now, let me tell you what I'm talking about. First of all, the headlights. They are very, very similar to what the Toyota Tacoma has here. This kind of design just coming to a little bit more of a point here. So a little bit smaller actually, which is strange given that it's on a bigger truck, but a little more streamlined coming back off of the edge. Next up, mirrors. And this is kind of funny because I had changed out the color of my mirrors. They were body matched, or body color matched, voodoo blue. And I went with the black covers, changed them out to look like this. And that's what the new Tundra is looking like. It's going to have black mirrors. So I don't know, maybe somebody over there at Toyota was watching the RobMotive channel. I don't know, but pretty cool. So you're going to end up, most likely, with a black mirror. Also, black painted fender flares, pretty much to match the black on the mirror. Again, very similar to the look that we have here on the Tacoma, although mine are just this rubber material, they're not painted, but very similar to the look that you see right there on down the truck. Next up, the pillars, or the areas in between the doors. It looks like we're going to have this black vinyl taping in between the doors like we have on the Toyota Tacoma. Again, very similar look to what I have right here in my truck. Now, moving on to the interesting part, the front part, the grill area. From the pictures I've seen, it looks like it's going to have a TRD Pro style type looking grill. It's going to have Toyota letters across the front here, although not in this kind of a pattern, more of just a rectangle. And then kind of a teardrop fashion. The grill's kind of going to point down on each side. So it's going to look like this, and then it's going to kind of point down on each side a little bit. And then we have, of course, the dreaded TSS system. Going to be set up the same way. It's got the cover right here. Same thing on this new redesigned Toyota Tundra. What about the hood bulge? You know, the Tundra has had this, unfortunately, chrome, although you can get body matched or color matched, but hood bulge up here. Looks like they're doing away with that, and the look they're going to have is very similar to what I have with this bug guard on here. Now, bear with me for a minute. Just imagine you have the front end here, and it comes up, and then there's a slot right across the front, and then the hood just continues flush on back. So you're going to have really the same kind of look is what you see right there with that gap, or that intake area, I guess, on the hood. Gonna have really a shrunken front end. You know, it'd be like taking this front end and putting it on that big truck proportionately. Except on the sides here, it's almost like they come out a little more, or maybe the front end is shrunken a little more, and you're gonna have some slots here, right on each side. Now, those slots, unfortunately, and something I did notice about this new redesigned Tundra, have chrome in them. There's a lot of little chrome accenting on the front of the new Tundra, in those slots, on the sides, just a lot of little chrome accents. We just can't get away from chrome. Now, maybe they'll have some kind of a night or blacked out edition or something down the road. Who knows? Hard to say. But a few more chrome accents on the front end. The other thing is, down the side, as far as the bed area, the rear end area, again, we haven't seen any real shots of what the rear end is going to look like, but of course it's a truck. So you know it's going to be very similar down the side as to what we have on the Toyota Tacoma here. Now, I'm guessing, and of course, I do have the tinted lights here on the side on mine. It's not going to come with darkened out or tinted tail lights like what I have, but I suspect you're going to have Tundra embossing or stamped in the tailgate like what we've got right here. Probably not going to be a whole heck of a lot different in the rear end. Now, the other thing that I noticed, and hopefully it's not true, but I thought in the pictures it looked like they had some chrome accenting around the windows. You remember the old chrome trim, right? Companies still love to do that. I guess it's probably because it's a, I don't know, a cheaper alternative to using vinyl, I don't know, or rubber. But it looked like chrome around the edges of the windows, and then also chrome up the sides of the window. Now, I'm hoping that they don't do that, because that would be a drag, you know? I mean, it's time to step forward, you know? Get rid of all that chrome. But it looks like that's the way that they're gonna go. So what do you think? From what I've described to you so far, and there are pictures of this out on the web. I couldn't post them here for obvious copyright reasons. But it just, I haven't made up my mind yet. You know, I need to see it in person, because I think if the front end of the Tundra looks like it's a pointed nose, that won't be really good. But it's hard to tell from pictures, and this is just a guess. Although I think since we're getting closer and closer to the true release of the Toyota Tundra, this redesigned Toyota Tundra, that the pictures ought to be starting to get a lot more accurate, what we're seeing right now. One other thing I want to mention, and this is just horrid in my opinion, but what I saw actually had some really kind of funky looking running boards on the sides, and they were chrome, all chrome. Really not too great, really not digging that myself. Hopefully there'll be some good aftermarket steps, even like these Predators here, because they actually would look pretty awesome on the new redesigned Tundra. Anyway, leave a comment, let me know what you think from what I've described. I really do think this new redesigned Toyota Tundra is going to be very Tacoma-esque, with a few styling cues probably from, I've heard the RAV4 and the Highlander. It's kind of like they're making a mismatch. Maybe they're trying to take each thing that they think is good on each one of those vehicles, put them all together and hope that the public likes it. I don't know. I'm still up in the air. Need to see one in person, and particularly the rear end, the interior, and what they're going to do with that power plant. Who knows? Stay tuned. Also, real quick, if you're interested, check out my other channel. It is RobMotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.